Love you all. Welcome all you lovers to the Florida Love Show. This is your love hour right before happy hour, sponsored by Florida Love. Join us each week as we spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love. Now, back to spreading love.
This is for you, Kenny. It's the Florida Love Show, paying love forward is the theme. It's the Florida Love Show, hosted by Kenny and his dream. Every special guest brings their love to the set, and the interview flies, it all comes alive like a duet. He wears many hearts, so he has a very special side. In the Brooklyn Cafe, it's a big love buffet. With roses galore, men you are adored. Come take a bouquet. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Plan your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Shine your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Love this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Give the gift of love and pay it forward and go. Give a kiss, give a hug. It's the Florida Love Show. Love you, Kenny.
Love you, Sharon, for Sharon sings the Florida Love Show song. Sharon is not here today, but we have special guests today. We have the featured guest, Pastor Ty from Victory City Church of Riviera Beach, and we have his choir here, and they're going to be singing a huge medley, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be incredible. We're celebrating the love of Black History Month, and we're loving blacks, Black History Month, Black history. And again, like I always say, love is the absence of judgment. And, you know, for me, I see human beings. I look in their eyes and I see human beings. And so we're going to have like honest conversations about love, about anything around love. So we're going to have the most amazing show. I'm Kenny Love, founder and creator of the Florida Love Show. And I want to introduce you to Pastor Ty, because Pastor Ty, we had a day of love at the church with him on May 16th, where I handed out roses and I said, I love you. And with this day of love, it was amazing. All the parishioners had roses, and it was just incredible, Pastor. Wasn't it incredible? Absolutely. It was absolutely amazing, and everybody lit up. So can you imagine a church where everybody has roses? It was pure love, and that's what Christ is all about, right? Absolutely. Yeah, Christ, he's unconditional love. And again, I'm Jewish, and I love Christ. Again, my religion is love, my political party is love. I'm about love, okay? So love is no judgment. So we're going to be talking about all different things today, but there's something I want to read to celebrate Black History Month, because this is my idol, okay? So Martin Luther King is my idol, and he had a dream. So his dream was that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal. And that's what we're about here at Florida Love. That's what love is all about, that we're all equal, all men, all women, all human beings. We're all equal, equal, equal. So that's what love is all about. So I love you, Martin Luther King. Love you, love you. So after George Floyd passed, I looked to Martin Luther King because I was crying when I saw what that officer did to George Floyd when he put his knee on his neck and he took his life. I just cried, and I said, I got to do something about this. And I was carrying roses to the show, and I actually said, Martin Luther King, what do I do? You know, what do I do? So what I did was I went out and I handed out roses to every African American in Publix, in Whole Foods, everywhere I went. And the news picked it up. So there are two newses I'm going to show you now, which are about, I call it Roses for Change, and we call them Roses for Change Love Marches. So please play those two newses.
Welcome back. Now at 5:30, who couldn't use a little love right now?
One Pompano Beach businessman is making it his mission to spread love all around by giving out the flower of love to random strangers. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo has this heartwarming story.
There's an old song with lyrics that say what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Ken Lerman is living that moment in a movement he created called Roses for Change.
We love you.
The idea for Roses for Change came about after the death of George Floyd and the turmoil that followed.
I felt their pain. And for me, I don't see color. I mean, I see us all as human beings. And we all can love each other. I mean, love is simple.
Ken, who owns his own printing business for 35 years, appropriately named the Happy Printer, decided to spring into action, purchasing dozens of roses he could hand out.
The first thing I did was I went to Whole Foods, and I also went to Publix, and I gave out roses to all the African Americans in the store. And I said, I love you. And they said, I love you back. And they said, God bless you. And they said, we need love more now than ever before.
Ken was so moved by the response, he posted pictures on Facebook, receiving 600 likes. Suddenly, Roses for Change on Facebook was born. His followers wanted to join him, buying roses too, and it's now become a movement, spreading love to people of all races. We recently caught up with them in Boca Raton.
I just want to say I love you. Have a wonderful day.
Michelle Bellman, who had never met Ken in person, wanted in on the love train and came out on this day to volunteer.
His message is just of love, and love yourself, and love one another. And he speaks to my soul, and he speaks to me because I love to spread love as well.
Some were skeptical, wondering if there's a catch to these random acts of kindness. But for those who understood it, it meant the world.
I think it's just amazing. This is really, really nice. You're really showing your love. You're taking your time to do this. Just amazing. And the red flowers, forget it. Just bringing brightness to this world. It's much needed. Thank you so much.
Seriously, so sweet.
Can you imagine what a world it would be like if we just all gave roses to each other instead of what's actually going on? Like, to me, that's a way to spread a message. Spread the message of love.
Lucky me, I received my rose. For more information on Roses for Change when they meet every Friday, go on to our website at cbsmiami.com. I'm Lisa Petrillo, Smelling Sweet, CBS 4 News.
We're continuing to bring you inspiring stories from our area about people changing their communities for the better. Tonight, WPTV News Channel 5's Chris Gilmore shares the story of a man on a mission to spread love, one rose at a time.
Roses are red and Ken Lerman's suit is too.
Love you, Anthony.
If you see his bouquets, he has a message for you.
Man, love you, brother.
The 55-year-old loves love,
I love you.
and he now uses roses to let people know it.
No, I love you.
There's some pain behind Lerman's purpose. His Roses for Change campaign began this summer after he and people across the country witnessed the fallout following the death of George Floyd while in police custody.
How can one human being do that to another human being? Like, I was crying when I saw it.
Armed with roses and a message of love, Lerman says he wanted to reach those most affected.
I got to give this to all the African Americans. They're hurting.
His message has since caught on both online and in Palm Beach County, where he regularly shares love and roses to people of all colors. We caught up with Lerman with 100 of his favorite flowers in hand at the Milagro Center in Delray Beach.
A lot of learning goes on every day here in the Milagro Center, but today's lesson consisted of some flowers and 3 words going a long way.
I love you.
I was surprised and I was like, oh, I love you too.
A lot of these teens say it's been a while since they've heard those words directed at them, and even longer since they have been given flowers.
It was kind of weird at first. I was like, roses giving someone flowers. It was kind of weird because I didn't expect that, but it's pretty nice. It's a really nice gesture.
He said, I love you, you stay safe, and he told my grandma happy birthday too.
Lerman says he hopes the connection he makes with strangers leaves a lasting impact.
That's my mission every single day, to spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love.
Because maybe all you need is love. In Delray Beach, Chris Gilmore, WPTV News Channel 5.
And you can help us share stories that are inspiring South Florida. Just send us your ideas.
Love you, Chris Gilmore. He was the second reporter, the second news. And Lisa Petrillo, smelling sweet. Love you, Lisa Petrillo. So, life is short. I could pass right now on this show. So I love everybody. I love all human beings. And at Florida Love, it's really world love. Okay, so here, we're a nonprofit, a 501c3. Love is free. Everything on Florida Love is free. So we're about loving all. I love you, Jadarian. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Jadarian's amazing. Please keep the comments coming. Jadarian spreads love all over social media, and he's got the biggest heart. Love you, Jadarian. Love you, Trutron. Love you, love you, love you. So Trutron's amazing. Trutron designs these incredible posters every week. He's just an amazing, incredible graphic designer. Love you, Trutron. Love you, love you. And so please keep the comments coming. So we're going to have an honest conversation about love and about race today. And I'm just going to say, okay, so I'm going to say why. Because I don't see color, and I said it on the video. And the reason I say that is because I look in everybody's eyes. And we're all human beings, so we all have hearts. So let me ask you, did Jesus see color? No, Jesus didn't see color. So what happens with color is, see, love is no color. Color separates us. If I say white or black or purple or green, whatever I say, our language creates our world. So I say I love you to everybody, all human beings. And my dream, like Martin Luther King had a dream, my dream is that we all love each other. So that's my dream. And again, I could pass right now. Before I pass, that we all love each other. So I say I love you to everybody. And the most amazing thing is when I say I love you to everybody, they say I love you back. And I was telling you, Pastor, when I say I love you to, and I'm just going to use color just for this show so people can relate, even though to me it separates people. So Pastor, remember when I said I gave out roses to the African Americans? They say love you more when I say love you, and that they're the only ones who say love you more? Yeah. And I asked you why they do that. Yeah, does anybody know why? Because, I mean, the only thing I've heard, you know, from my African American friends or my black friends is that they so appreciate, they so love, they deeply love. To me, they're the most loving of all. But again, I don't want to separate, you know, because once we separate, there ends up being judgment and racism and other things. So love is no judgment. Love is no racism. Love is no, it's no violence. It's no killing. It's no gossip. It's no criticism. Love is saying, I love you. And we can all love each other as human beings. I mean, it's possible. So again, for me, I look in the eyes and I say, I love you. And the most amazing thing is language is what screws up human beings, because we create our world with our language, and then we judge with our language, et cetera, et cetera. But little kids, little babies, before they have language, there's no judgment. They love everybody. Little kids love everybody, and we all were little kids once. So we can all love each other. So I'm going to show you a video right now. I call it the hug video. And it's a little child going around the park, hugging everybody. Doesn't see color, doesn't see any judgment, just loves everybody. So please play the hug video.
Free hugs for everybody. I know, hugs for everyone. Can I get a hug? I want a hug. Hi, beautiful. Thank you for the hug. It's good to see you. It's real. You can pull on it.
God is love. Right, Pastor? Christ is love, God is love. Now look at that. There's a little child, no language, hugging everybody. Doesn't see color, doesn't see race, doesn't see no judgment, no nothing. Could you imagine if all human beings were like that? Like, what a loving world we would be in. There would be no racism. There would be none of that. So that's what's possible if we just see each other as human beings. And that's what Christ did, right? Yeah. Christ is love. And you know, the other thing is, you know, I'm Jewish. People think I'm Italian. People think, you know, but whatever. But the thing is that when we look at people, and you can't judge a book by its cover. So the problem, Pastor, is that being black, people see the color because that language. But with me, they see white, but I'm actually Jewish. So that's the problem. If you judge appearances, all of a sudden you're in color. But kids don't see it. Christ didn't see it. So what did Christ say? Love thy brother as thyself? Absolutely. Love thy brother as thyself. That we're all human beings. We're all people. Love everyone as thyself. Yeah. Yeah. So Christ was pure love. I love you, Lucky. Love you, Lucky. Love you, love you, love you. So that's what we're breaking up here, because I really want to have an honest conversation about love and race and judgment, and just looking at that child. Pure love. And Christ, pure love. Pure love. So we can all be pure love. So I want to say I love you to everybody. So I love you, Pastor Ty. I love you, Pastor Ty. I love you. Now, I had what? Lisa? I love you, Lisa. And? Say it again. Kish. I love you, Kish. And I love you. Tell me your name again so I remembered. Justin. I love you, Justin. I love you, Kish. I love you, Lisa. Love you, Pastor. I love you, Joshua. I love you, Slick. So this is what love is all about. So I was in Publix today, and I was saying I love you to everybody. They were all saying I love you back. It's possible, okay? And before I pass, I could pass right now. Life is short. So I'm going to just say one thing. You know, so at Florida Love, we created the Florida Loving Hug. To give someone a hug every day and say I love you every day. So give someone a hug and say I love you every day, to spread love all over the world. So that's what's possible. If we all did that, we'd all love each other. So again, we're loving blacks, Black History Month. I don't like labels because it separates us, but I'm just going to use it for the show. So we're loving blacks, Black History Month. We're celebrating Black History Month. So I'm going to play a video, okay, about different blacks who, who we're going to celebrate. So please play that video.
February marks Black History Month. Black history is a tribute to African American men and women who have made significant contributions to America in the different fields like politics, science, the arts, sports, entertainment. There are countless African Americans who've made an impact in our history. A is for Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers.
Ali moving in on London.
B is for Simone Biles, most decorated American gymnast.
Here she goes! And there it is! She's done it!
C is for Shirley Chisholm, the first black female congresswoman. D is for Benjamin Oliver Davis Sr., the first African American general for the U.S. Army. E is for Duke Ellington, an American composer, pianist, and leader of a jazz orchestra. F is for Mary Fields, the first African American female route mail carrier. G is for Frederick Gregory, the former United States Air Force pilot, military engineer, test pilot, and NASA astronaut.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
H is for Kamala Harris, the first black woman vice president of the United States of America.
I, Kamala Davy Harris, solemnly swear.
I is for Barrington Irving, who held the record for the youngest person to pilot a plane around the world solo.
They say success is when preparation meets opportunity, right? If you're not prepared, you're not going to get the opportunity.
J is for Mae Jemison, the first black woman to travel into space.
I hope this experience, hearing about the women who helped to make the shuttle possible and space exploration possible.
K is for Martin Luther King Jr., the leader in the civil rights movement.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
L is for Loretta Lynch, the first African American woman to serve as U.S. Attorney General. M is for Thurgood Marshall, the first African American Supreme Court Justice. N is for Huey Percy Newton, an African American political and civil rights activist. O is for Barack Obama, the first black president of the United States of America.
I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
P is for Rosa Parks, known as the First Lady of the Civil Rights Movement.
Are you gonna move?
No. Q is for Benjamin Quarles, an educator and writer whose scholarship centered on Black American social and political history. R is for Jackie Robinson, the first African American to play in Major League Baseball.
Robinson was the most hated man in the world.
There was no one else who could comprehend his loneliness, his isolation. It wasn't until the Dodgers went on the road and his teammates saw how he was turned away at the front desk of the hotels that even a hardcore Southerner like Eddie Stanky could see that this was a social injustice.
S is for Normis Clarack, one of the first African-American women architects in the United States. T is for Harriet Tubman, who led hundreds of slaves out of the South to freedom. U is for Leslie Uggams, the first African-American to host an entertainment TV show.
And wish that he would stay and tell me why he was so happy if he had the time.
V is for Dorothy Vaughan, an African-American mathematician and computer programmer. W is for Carter Woodson, the father of Black History Month. X is for Malcolm X, a civil rights activist.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
Y is for Hiram Young, an African-American freed slave who became one of the leading manufacturers of wagons. Z is for Jay-Z, an influential rapper and entrepreneur.
Should have been did it, but I've been in the days though. I put friends over business into the day though. But when friends, business interests as they glow.
This is not a complete list of Black achievers. They are just a few of the dreamers and symbols of pride and aspiration.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we are loving blacks and Black History Month today. February is Black History Month. And so what's it like to see all those great, like, blacks when you see them? Do they inspire you? Yes, yes. I saw you singing to Jay-Z there. He's amazing. Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to skip the biographies, okay? Bree, and I want to go straight to, so every show I play that don't judge a book by its cover, okay? And love is the absence of judgment. And again, we create our world in our language. And life is short. We only have now. I could pass right now. So I love everybody. I love each and every one of you. I love everybody. So I'm going to play a video how a black person is judged, okay, by a waitress. And you're going to see what happens. So please go to that video.
You're wearing. See that guy? Definitely loaded. That guy, not so much.
I don't think that we should judge a book by its cover.
Okay, new girl. I'll take the suit, you take the sweats. Let's see who gets the bigger tip. Hello, sir. Nice suit you got on. What can I get started for you?
I will have the filet mignon, rack of lamb, truffle soup, heritage salad, and a bottle of your finest red wine.
Excellent order, sir. I will get that started right away.
Hi, sir. What can I get for you today?
Hey, I'll just take a salad.
Oh, our salads are pretty small. Are you sure you wouldn't like anything else?
No, that's fine. I'm a pretty simple eater.
Would you like some sparkled water?
No, tap's fine. Thank you.
Let me guess, he only ordered one item in a tap water?
He did, but he's a nice man.
Oh, nice doesn't pay the bills, okay? Once he finishes, get him out of here as quickly as possible. He smells terrible, and we have to save our tables for customers who actually have money.
That's not fair. We should treat everyone the same.
You'll learn quickly once you realize you aren't making any money. How's it going? Any room for dessert?
Yes, in fact, I will have a piece of chocolate cake and a glass of champagne to top it off.
Coming right up. The more they order, the fatter the tip.
All right, sir. Can I get you anything else?
No, ma'am, I'm all right. But it seems like I left my wallet in my car. Do you mind if I go grab it?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Of course.
Okay, right back, I promise.
You're not going to see that guy again, I can tell you that.
You know, why don't you just worry about your own customers? Or lack of customer.
He dined and ditched! Ugh!
Hey, sorry about that. You can just go ahead and keep the change as is.
Wait, thank you, sir, but your meal really wasn't very much. This tip is far too generous.
No, it's really not a problem, all right? I'm an NBA player and I just finished a great practice. It's actually why I'm so sweaty. But I love to help out when I can.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, hey, would you like to come to a basketball game tomorrow? I could get you and a friend tickets.
Sure. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, there'll be really good seats, all right? Just come to the forum by like 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. See you tomorrow.
Am I dreaming? Did that really just happen?
I guess it pays to treat everyone with respect.
Yeah, so don't judge a book, don't judge people by their cover. So there's a waitress who's racist, prejudiced against blacks. And she says, smells bad, doesn't have money, and that's not the case at all. The white guy walked out. The white guy didn't have the money. And then the other waitress who served the black guy said, we should treat everyone the same. We should love everybody all the same. We should respect everybody all the same. That's what love is all about, that we love each and every one equally, as Martin Luther King said, equally. So then she ends up getting $100. Love you, Liz. Love you, love you, love you. Please keep the comments coming. Then she ends up getting $100 tip. Oh, I love you, Liz. Love you so much. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Please keep the comments coming. Please keep the comments coming. Oh, the video guy looks like Kanye West. Okay, that sounds great to me. The NBA player looks like Kanye West. Okay, that NBA player looked like Kanye West. Wow. Wow. Love you, Liz. Love you, Liz. Yeah, exactly. So again, but we're all equal. Love is equal. And as Jesus said, right? Jesus doesn't see color. We're all equal, right? So, and by us all being equal through love and through Jesus and through God is love, there's no racism. There's no prejudice. There's only love. So the other waitress who treated her customer with love, who happened to be black, got a $100 tip and got tickets to the basketball game. So I have a question for all of you. Has that ever happened to you? Has it ever happened where someone treated you unfairly just because you were black?
Yes.
What happened?
Yes. I was being followed in the store because they thought I was stealing.
They followed you in the store because they thought you were stealing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they thought you were stealing because you were black, right?
Yeah, you can pretty much say that.
Yeah, and Pastor, we discussed this, right?
Correct.
Right, but black steal, white steal, everybody steals.
Yes.
It's a lie that blacks steal or blacks commit more crime or whatever. It's a lie. But that's a racist way of thinking. So I want to blow that up right now. That's a lie. Everybody steals.
Yes.
Yeah, but but they followed you. What happened with you?
I was in an Uber on my way home, and I actually used the amenities, the charger. They wouldn't let me. I was called the color of my skin, the N-word, and I did report it back to Uber. Yeah, so.
Yeah, did Uber do anything about it?
It was a free ride. They returned my money back.
Okay, so they gave you a free ride. But still, how did that affect you as a human being?
It was very hurtful, but you know, I was a grown up for tough skin, so you live to learn another day. So.
Yeah, so he wouldn't let you use the phone charger, and then he called you the N-word because you were black. He wouldn't let you use the charger, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think he didn't let you use the charger?
I have not. I mean, I'm not sure, but I always, I'm kind first. I'm always kind first. So when you go through situations like that, you can't react out of anger or hurt because you never know what a person is going through. So I just took it as what it was, and I did report it. And so now, like in my mind, I still am kind of Uber drivers, and so it's just a lesson learned that you never know what type of person or what type of situation you're getting into, but always keep a calm mindset. Yes.
Right, but that was racist. And
It was.
And because you were black, he didn't let you use the charger, and he called you the N-word. Even more racist, like horrible, and it was hurtful, right?
Yeah.
So this is, again, what love, and I want to break up all these conversations because, okay, blacks don't steal more, blacks don't commit more crimes, whites steal, whites commit crimes. Under Jesus, we're all the same. And under love, we're all the same.
Yes, we are.
Right. And Pastor, you said in the Army something happened to you.
Absolutely.
So what happened?
Well, essentially, I was in the military. I had a sergeant who was from Idaho, and I'm guessing where he's from. He didn't encounter many black people, African American, but so his first interaction with African American was in the United States military. I was serving in a tour in Italy for 3 years. I just arrived there, maybe I'd been there 4 or 5 months, and was asked to come back to America for emergency leave for a family emergency. So I was gone for 30 days. In the midst of me being gone 30 days, there was another gentleman who was an African American who happened to live in Italy as a dual citizen. He was caught in some type of international ring of crime or something, and he was under investigation. And so it was CID's policy to investigate anyone who had any type of acquaintance with him. My acquaintance with him was only that we played basketball together in the gym as many of the other men and soldiers on the base. And so they pretty much questioned everybody who they knew by way of taking pictures or any type of conversation, who had any type of contact with him. So they asked my sergeant who, concerning me and my relationship with this young man. And so my sergeant, I found out once I got back to Italy, told the investigators that I seemed like a person who would be involved in that type of thing of racketeering, international crime. And so naturally when I was told that, I bust out laughing because I'd only been in Italy maybe 4 or 5 months at the time. And so my question was, my response was, I'm a 19-year-old young black man in a whole different country. How do I get the prowess to even involve myself in this type of thing? So because I'm black, you think that I'm involved in this, and the reason that it was perceived that way because I was a strong black man who stood up to my sergeant when he disrespected my family. And so disrespect is disrespect, and in the military, it doesn't seem kind for you to talk to someone who is, or it's not good for you to be aggressive and assertive to talk with someone who's over you in ranking. But when I saw the disrespect to my family, I kind of overstepped my boundaries in addressing that. So the perception of me, because I was outspoken, was that I was a troublemaker, and I wasn't a troublemaker. I just knew who I was, and I addressed disrespect the way it needed to be addressed. And so The perception was that I was an aggressive type of person who had to be involved in crime, but it was far from the truth. Just because I grew up in the hood doesn't mean that I do the things that people do in the hood. In fact, the truth is there are a lot of people who grew up in suburban areas that are black, white, Mexican. It doesn't matter your race. You know, crime is contingent upon a choice and decision, not the color of your skin.
Yeah, so here's a white sergeant.
Yes.
Just because you're black, he lied.
Right.
It's a lie.
Right.
And you stuck up for yourself because you knew it was a lie.
Right.
And now, then all of a sudden, then you become a troublemaker.
Right.
Did that hurt? That, I mean, is...
No, it didn't, because,
No?
you know, when you know the truth,
Right.
you know, and you know that what is being perceived of you, you're not offended by what's not truth, you know. And so it wasn't hurtful to me. It was really my understanding that this sergeant just had no interaction. That's just the way he thought, you know, of us. And so I'm not offended by anyone's ignorance.
So how would Christ treat that situation?
I really believe the same way I would, in the sense of he stood up for himself. There's a story in the Bible where people essentially was being aggressive with a young lady because they thought, you know, she was caught in adultery. And in her being caught in adultery, that was racism in the sense of you're a woman. And in their culture, women didn't do certain things. So culturally, Christ, he set the divide. You know, he says, he drew a mark in the sand, and he says, he who has sin cast the first stone. So I think Christ addressed things aggressively, but also with love when it came to being a situation where a woman was being judged in her lifestyle. And so he didn't back down. Though he's loving, love doesn't mean that you're passive. You know, love means that you confront things with truth. So, yeah.
And Christ believes, love thy brother as thyself.
Absolutely.
And we're all brothers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we have different groups at Florida Love. So one of the groups we have is called Love Songs. So I saw this love song, and it was actually created by Pete Seeger, who's white. But it's We Shall Overcome.
Yes.
He wrote a song, and it shares about what blacks went through before civil rights legislation, you know, whether there was segregation, you know, and I want to play this.
Sure.
And I want to hear what you think after.
Sure.
So, yeah, and we shall overcome.
Sure.
Okay, we shall all love each other. That's what love is all about.
Sure.
So please play that video, We Shall Overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Deep in my heart, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. 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 Someday, someday. most important verse is the one they wrote down in Montgomery, Alabama. They said, "We are not afraid." And the young people taught everybody else a lesson. All the older people that had learned how to compromise and learned how to take it easy and be polite and get along and leave things as they were. The young people taught us all a lesson. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Today! Overcome someday. We shall overcome some. The whole wide world around. The whole wide world around. The whole wide world around. The whole wide world
Yeah, so we shall overcome one day with love of Christ, love from the Lord. Right, Pastor?
Yes.
Love.
Absolutely.
Right, that we all love each other as human beings. So you prepared a medley of love.
Sure.
And we have the beautiful choir today. I love you all. I'm so honored
Love you
to
more.
have you here today. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm going to let you take it away, Pastor.
Sure. So certainly, as African Americans, one of the strongest things that we have ever done, I believe, is lean on God to get us past tough moments. And though we won't sing some of the traditional things that we will know, I still believe that as we're going through modern day times and still dealing with things like Ahmaud Arbery, who recently went through and being killed, dealing with George Floyd, and all of those atrocious things that have happened in today's time, still as a community, we've had to lean on the grace and the love of God to see us through as a people. So the song that we will simply start with is a song that simply states that God is our strength.
You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other. It reaches to me. You are my love, a love like no other, a love like no other, that reaches to me. You are my strength.
You are my strength,
It's the strength like no
strength like no other,
It's the strength like no
strength like no other,
that reaches.
reaches to me.
You are my hope.
You are my hope,
Said hope like no other.
hope like no other.
to me.
The next part. Said in the fullness of your grace and in the power of your name, you lift me up. You lift me up
In the fullness of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up. You lift me up. In the fullness of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up.
Said you lift me up.
You lift me up.
Oh, unfailing love is stronger than mountains.
Yeah.
It's deeper than oceans, and it reaches to me. Unfailing love,
unfailing love
is stronger
than mountains.
Your love is
deeper than oceans.
It forever
reaches to me.
unfailing love,
unfailing love,
oh, it's
stronger than mountains.
Your love runs
deeper than oceans,
and it
reaches to me.
You are my strength, strength like no other, love like no other,
reaches to me. Salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. For the Lord our God is mighty, for the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. Praises be to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He is wonderful. All praises be
Bless you.
I felt like God just shook the place. Jesus just shook the place with love. So, Pastor, for you, what does that song mean for you?
But essentially, we sung a song that you are our strength, and it is really the love of God that really shows us the strength of God. The Bible records that his hand is not too short, that he's not able to reach us right where we are. And we also believe that God, that love lifts us. It lifts us out of trauma. It lifts us out of sin. It lifts us out of circumstance. Love literally can lift you out of any condition that you have. Love has the ability to break down barriers. Love has the ability to heal people from moments of giving into racism. Hate is a learned behavior, and the only way that you can unteach hate is allowing someone to encounter the absolute love of God. And in that encounter of the love of God, you'll cease to hate, because when you understand that God really died for us, that we might be redeemed by him, it will cause you to not to hate another person in your life. It literally calls you to come and really be in love, you know, not just with God, but also with people. Christ gives us these two commands, that we are to love the Lord God with all our heart, might, soul, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves.
So really the answer is God.
That's it.
God
The
is
Bible
love.
records that God is love.
So that's the answer
Yes,
for everyone, to love each other
yes,
as just people.
absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So I love you all. I got to tell you, that was the most incredible. I've had over 100 shows. That was the most incredible singing. I had chills down my spine. The place shook from God. And seeing love, Florida love in the background, seeing love. You are love. So what's it like for you to sing that song?
Well, for me, it's being one who grew up in not bad conditions. My mom and my grandmother always made sure I had everything. They always made sure I was loved. But to lose a father at the age of 3, God became my father. He taught me, you know, he always brought people in my path that I can look to and learn from as a man, and showed me the love, you know, as from a father. So that song just is a reminder that, you know, whenever I'm feeling weak, you know, the Bible says that he is our strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. It's his joy, it's his love. You know, it's just a simple fact of knowing that no matter what the situation is, no matter what I'm dealing with, he's always there.
So you lost your father at 3.
Yes, sir.
How did he pass?
He was sick.
He was sick.
Yes,
and
sir.
God became your father.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Bible says in Romans 8, you know, it's through the spirit of adoption, you know, when we give our lives to Christ, that we become the sons of God through the spirit of adoption. And with that, you know, he shows us love like never before.
So God is love. If we give ourselves to Christ, so that is the answer.
That's it, sir.
So Pastor, when do you have your services so everybody can go?
Sure. Of course, we are in our services in Riviera Beach. We are at 163 West 20th Street in Riviera Beach. Our services are every Sunday at 11 a.m. and midweek Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., 7 o'clock p.m. Yeah.
So in Riviera Beach at 163 West 20th Street?
Correct.
And that's the Victory Church of Riviera Beach. That's where you're the pastor.
Yes.
And the services are Wednesday night?
Every Sunday at 11 a.m.
Every Sunday at 11
and
a.m.
Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
And Wednesdays at 7 p.m. So that people can get the love of Christ and the love of the Lord and love each other.
Sure.
Now, I love your church.
Yes.
I am so moved. You have a saying on the wall that every time I say it, I see it, about not being perfect or no one. What is the saying about that? What is the saying?
No
The
perfect
saying
people
is,
allowed.
No perfect people allowed.
No perfect people allowed. That we're all human beings. Every time I see that, I cry. Yeah. So we can all love each other through Christ and the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
And, you know, I just pictured, like, what would it be like if the whole world went to your service and the whole world, I mean, again, you know, I'm about us all loving each other.
Yes.
Like, what would that be like for us all to love each other?
That'd be amazing.
Understand each other,
Mhm.
feel each other, hug each other, care for each other. Yeah, there would just be love in this world.
Yes.
So I just want you to know, I love you so much, Pastor. I love you so much.
Love you too.
Yeah, and there were no accidents how God has loved and brought us together.
Exactly.
And I love you all so much. I have never,
Love
I
you.
w- yeah, really. Mwah. I'm standing going, mwah, mwah, mwah. I
Love
was
you, love you.
so chills down my spine. I felt like God was inside of me as you were singing. Like really, and then tears down my face, really. So I love each and every one of you. I really
Love you
want to
too.
thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
That was
Thank
the most
you.
beautiful music. And Liz has been writing in. She just wrote Amen with prayers. She also wrote Looks Deceive. And she also wrote, you know, how beautiful the singing and the song was. Liz is white. She happens to be, I think, Spanish. But
Yeah.
again, what's the difference? We're all human beings.
Exactly.
So we
Yes,
all
sir.
can love each other.
Yes.
So again, I just really want to, I'm honored and privileged to have you be here today.
Thank
I
you.
love you so much.
Love you too.
So let's spread the love of the Lord. Let's spread the love. Pastor, I love you so much.
We love you too, Ken.
So much. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the Florida Love Show today. I love each and every one of you. We can all love each other.
Yes.
We can all love each other. And as Martin Luther King said, we are all equal and we can love each other. And as I end every show, who can you give a rose to? I love you. You've been listening to the Florida Love Show, where we've been spreading love in the Florida community. For more information, please contact me, Kenny Love, at 917-699-1995 or ken@florida-love.com or on our website, florida-love.com. See you next week, 3 p.m. Friday for the Friday Love Hour. Keep spreading love in your life and have a loving week. Love you all.